Hello Divi Nation and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to download and install our free header and footer for Divi's Women's Health Center Layout Pack. Here are results we're aiming to achieve. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let's get started. All right, so the first thing we need to do is to head over to this blog post, which I'll link to in the show notes below. Next, we need to download this. So we're going to scroll down and click here on Get It for Free Today. Enter your email address and then click on Download. Next, click on download the files. And as you can see here, I have a zipped folder that has just been downloaded onto my downloads folder. Next, I just need to go into this file and unzip it. So I'm going to click on show in Finder. Now this is showing here on my other screen, but I'll just show you quickly how you can access this. So here it is. I'm going to double click on it. And now you can see here we have this file here. So I'm going to double click again. So now we have this single JSON file. We're going to be using this in a moment. So I'm going to drag this over to my other screen. So next, what I need to do now is to go onto my website, which is right here. I've already gone into my WordPress admin dashboard. So the next thing I need to do now is to take a look and see what our header and footer looks like right now. So I'm going to open this site in a new tab. So this is what our header looks like. And when I scroll down all the way to the bottom here, this is what our footer looks like. And as you can see, this is not well designed. This is just what you get out of the box. So our template that we're going to install is just going to change everything. Okay, so let's go in and take a look at how we can install this. So right now I'm in my WordPress admin dashboard. Let's scroll all the way down here to Divi and then click on Theme Builder. Next, we want to click on Portability, Import. And now, you know that file that we downloaded earlier on and unzipped? Here it is. So this is the file that we need to just drag and drop over here. So I'm going to do that right away, like that. And then with these two check marks, I'm going to click Import Theme Builder Template. So now it's installing on my Divi website. Okay, so now we have this header and footer. So let's go ahead and click on Save Changes and see what it looks like now. So I'm going to come over here and refresh the page. And now you can see that we have a totally different footer, which is well designed. And when I scroll all the way to the top, and again, we can see we have this beautiful header. Now, for this to really look nice, we're going to need to have the page layout that goes with this header and footer. So let's go ahead and do that quickly. So what I'm going to do is to create a brand new page. I'm going to give this page a title and then use Divi Builder. So for this, I'm going to choose a pre-made layout and I'm going to search for it over here. Click on my home page here. This is the one that I'm going to go with. Okay, great. So now that we have our design, I'm going to publish this page and exit the Visual Builder. So when we take a look at this design now, you can see that everything is seamless and everything is looking really nice. The colors work well together. That is because the header and the footer goes with this layout pack. So I highly recommend that when you use this header and footer, it's going to go with the layout pack as well. Otherwise, your colors are going to be all over the place and it's not going to look consistent. Okay, so now that we have this header and footer installed, let me show you how you can go in and customize this to make it work for you. So I'm back here into my Divi Theme Builder. So I'm going to start here with my header. So I'm going to click on this pencil icon to go into the builder. All right, so let's start off with our call to action button here on the top. So to go into that, I'm just going to click on this gear icon and now I can change the text of this button. But the most important thing here is to go in and add your button URL. So this is where you'd go and enter it. So in your case, you need to enter a URL here, which goes to the contact page. So once you're done with that, the next step here is to perhaps go in and customize this button. So to do that, you want to come over here to button, and then this is where now you can go through all these colors. So you can start off with your button text color. So let's say you want to change it to that, or perhaps even a very light color with a dark background. So to add a darker background, this is how you would add your button. So you can see just by doing that, I've changed these colors. So if this was your business color palette, this is how you would go in and make all these changes. So perhaps you want to go with something a bit lighter. So this is how you would update it. Okay, let's move on to the next item, and that is over here, our social media icons. So to change these, I'm going to go into module settings, and this is going to take us to our social media follow settings. So again, it's very important that you go in and link all your social media pages. And to do that, you want to come over here to this gear icon, click on link, and this is where you'd enter your link URL to your profile pages. And then once you've done that, you can just go back, go on to the next one, and continue doing that. Now, let's say you want to change the colors of these icons to match your branding. All you have to do is to come over here to design icon, and this is where the colors are. So just by clicking that, you can see these colors are updating right away. Okay, so let's close out of here. Next, we have this menu. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon to go into my menu settings. So you need to have a menu that you need to create before you get to this stage, because here you can see I have main menu. Now, if you don't have a menu created, you're just going to have this select menu. So you want to make sure you have your main menu first. Now, once you have your menu, you can then go in and click on this drop down and select it. Now, let's go in and customize a few things. So first of all, I am going to take a look here at the logo. So if I come over here, this is where I would add my new logo. So if I click over here, I can then go in and choose the logo that I want. So let's say this is going to be my logo. I'm going to select it and click upload an image. And now you can see that this has changed right away. Next, let me show you how to go in and make changes to our menu. And to do that, you want to come over here to design, menu text, and you can first of all start by setting your active color. So this is the color that shows on whatever link that you've chosen here. Next, you can change your font over here. So let's say you're not using this font and you use perhaps a Poppins. This is where you just click on this drop down and choose your font that is working with your site. Next, we can change our menu color by coming over here. Now you can see just by clicking any of these colors, my menu is now updating. You can also adjust your sizes over here to make it bigger or smaller. And then once you're done with that, you can just save and your menu has been updated. So I'm going to close out of here as well. Now there's a few designs that we have here in the background. So let's take a look at that. So I'm going to come over here to my section settings, go to background, and we have our main background color here. So you can see when I change it, it's going to affect these edges here. So you can play around with different colors here. And ideally, it needs to be colors that match with your branding. Okay, so let's close out of here. Next, I want to come over here to my row settings. And again, if you come over here to your background, this is where we have our main color. And I can change it just by doing that, or just updating it with my colors here on my color palette. Okay, I'm going to close out of here, and it's time now to take a look and see how our footer can be customized. So I'm going to close out of here. I'm going to discard and exit. And like we did before, I'm going to click on this pencil icon to go into my settings. All right, so this is our main footer. So the first thing we're going to do is to go into our background settings. So let's say you want to make changes to the color of the background or even the image. Click on background, and this is our color. So you can see here by me just clicking on any of this, this is really changing my background. Okay, so you can add whatever color you want. And then over here on the third tab, we have this design. So if you're not a fan of this, or you want to add your own design, this is where you can come over here and delete that image. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we have a plain background. So that is how you go in and make changes to that. So I'm going to close out of here. Next, I'm going to go into this row. So again, I'm going to click on this gear icon, go to my background, and this is where my background is. So I can play around with my colors here and choose whatever color that works with my color palette. And once I'm happy with that, I can now go in and make some more changes to all these links. So here we have opening times. So I can change my text font here. I can also change the colors by coming over here. So you can see here Saturday has been updated. And if you want to make adjustments to the content itself, you can just come over here and add your content. So the same applies to Monday to Friday and also Sunday. Next, let's take a look here at our office address. Again, I'm going to click on this gear icon. This is now going to take me into my blurb settings. So here we have the title itself. It says office, but in your case, you can change this to whatever you want. Here is the address. And again, you can just type your address here and that will update here right away. Next, we have our image and icon. So here you can change your image or your icon. So right now we have this drop. And this is what we have. But as you can see, I can just change this to something else pretty quickly. Now, if you want to change the colors, you can come over here to the design, image and icon. And this is where you can add your icon color. So there we go. We have our icon color. And you can also play around with the background colors like that. Okay, so that is how you update that. I'm going to close out of here. Next, we have our social media icons. Now, our social media icons is pretty much similar to what I showed you earlier on the top, where you have to add your links and also how to change your colors. Now, moving on, we also have on the bottom here, these areas. So let me show you how to customize one of these. So I'm going to click here on my module settings. This is going to take me into my blurb settings. Now here we have the title, which is about, but we don't have anything in our paragraph area here. The most important thing here is to change our icon, and to change our icon, I'm going to come over here. Now you notice that we're not using the icon itself, we're actually using an image. So this is where you can go in here and add your own image. And the images that you can add can be found on your computer. You can upload them by coming over here to upload files, or if it's in the media library, you can just select it by just clicking here. And if I hit upload, you can see that I've just updated it right here. Okay, so that is the same way you go in and make updates to all these three. Next, we have our links. Now, these links go in as button settings. And again, you want to make sure that you add your button URL over here and make sure you test it, because if you don't, then these links will be broken. Okay, so over here on the design, you can also make changes to the text itself. So right now it's set to dark. And here on the button, we can adjust the sizes. So you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. So it's up to you what size you choose. And also we can change these links. So just by clicking here, my colors here are updating. Okay, I'm going to close out of that. Now, all these other buttons here are pretty much the same. Now let's take a look at our email opt-in. So I'm going to click here on this gear icon to go into my contact form settings. So here we have all these settings. Now, the most important one here is to make sure that you add your email address. So this is where I'll add my email address. And when people send me their emails, then it will come directly to me. And if you want to add a redirect, you can add a redirect here by pasting your URL. So as soon as any of your visitors hit submit, they will be taken on to a thank you page or any page that you choose. If you also want to add spam protection, you can just use a basic captcha here. This will minimize spam on your site, but it's up to you if you want to have that. Okay, so pretty much this is our footer. This text here can just be updated by going into our text settings, and then you can just update your company details here. So that is how we go in and make changes or customize our header and footer. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.